Drive Home with Stacey and J Sbu, East Coast Radio.
Today, we have been delving into some very important conversations, and this one is no different. This one affecting females in South Africa. As soon as we got the news, Stacey and I thought we need to talk about this. But aside from us just talking about it from our lived experience, we decided, we need to bring in a professional so that we give you credible and the right information as Brand East Coast Radio.
It's also one of those things where it does need to be unpacked with somebody who understands the science behind it.
Definitely, yeah.
Because clearly, right now, the internet is rampant with everybody who is a TikTok doctor, as opposed to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. So, new research has found hormone-disrupting chemicals in sanitary pads sold here in South Africa. And the question is, what does that mean for women's health? What does it mean for our hormones? And moreover, for our fertility? So, we are joined today in studio by a fertility specialist and OBGYN, Dr. Siyanda Zulu, to unpack the science, the risks, and ultimately what women and parents of young girl children need to know.
So to the show, welcome Dr. Siyanda Zulu. Thank you so much for giving us your time to unpack this conversation. We do understand that you could have been elsewhere, but you chose to come through to East Coast Radio and share your insights. Now, the first question that we are going to be asking you is as follows. We do understand that many women and girls use sanitary pads every month, some of them starting from the age of 9 up until 50, 60. When you first heard about the presence of endocrine disrupting chemicals being detected in every tested product, what was your personal reaction as someone who's cared for patients through reproductive life cycles?
All right, thank you for having me. I'm quite happy and excited to share my expertise with everyone. So when I heard the news, it's been on social media. I was a bit concerned, like any other, I'm a gynecologist for crying out loud, yeah. So, and I advocate for women's health. So when I heard, I was concerned, but after reading the literature, the scientific literature, there's enough evidence to suggest that whilst these products are present in sanitary pads, but they're present at a much lower concentration to have an effect in terms of disrupting the endocrine system and affecting or even leading to cancer.
Okay, so see that's helpful information. And that is obviously available in the text, but for those of us who are not gynecologists, obstetricians, we wouldn't necessarily be able to detect that, right? So, doctor, if someone listening has experienced what they would describe maybe as unexplained hormonal symptoms, including heavy periods, fertility challenges, early puberty in their daughters, how should they think about the potential role that everyday products could play?
Yeah, so the reason I'm here also is just to shed some clarity. We need to perhaps have some context as to regarding this big study that has been published in February from Free State. Now, like I've mentioned, that the concentration are significantly quite low, and we live with these endocrine disruptive chemicals, both in water, food, and also like a personal care product. And the pads, sanitary pads, panty liners, they only account for a significantly low total contribution to disruption. So it's significantly less, and there's no change in practice. Women can still feel free to use this product, as there's no evidence to suggest that it affects their reproductive life. Yeah.
All right.
So, doctor, what I'm hearing you say, just to go back to this, is that if anyone listening is experiencing issues, right? Fertility issues, period issues. If your daughters are complaining and maybe unwell in some capacity, it is not directly linked to these products.
You cannot associate it to
and
this
you would need
issue.
to go and see a doctor, Siyanda, for example, to go and make sure, because there might be something else going on, other underlying issues, not necessarily anything to do with this.
Yeah, very important to clarify.
Doc, you're saying that you've read the text, you've read the study, and these are very minimal amounts of this chemical. So let's debunk some myths. What are the top 3 and what are the facts?
So the 3 myths, the first one is that sanitary pads, they cause infertility. And the second one is that it causes cancer. And the third one is that it causes things like PCOS or endometriosis. Now, with the study that has been published, there's more than enough evidence to say, whilst it is found in low amounts in the pad, there is no evidence that it causes those effect. You'll need a much higher concentration for it to cause all those issues that I've highlighted. Yeah.
Okay. That's encouraging. That's very good to know, because women are stressed.
Yeah,
right?
Many women are stressed.
Yes.
I was out and about doing some shopping with a madam, and she was like, I don't want to buy.
And I don't know what to buy.
I don't know what to buy. So it's really affecting a lot of people. And so there are women listening right now to this show, planning families. How do you, as a fertility specialist, talk to them about, the possible implications of these findings on reproductive health and fertility? You touched on it earlier, but just to clarify one more time for someone who is listening.
All right. So what I want to highlight is that this product, I think the takeaway home is that this product are safe. We can use them. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we are exposed to these chemicals through, the air that we breathe, water, the lotions and hair product, like they are part of our everyday life. And to blame a sanitary pad for, I think it's a bit too much. So the take-home message is that they are safe. We can use them. There is no association with cancer. Remember, other thing is that these products are also tested. So, and the result from the testing is that the concentration are very, very minimal for it to cause all these effects. So take-home message, we can continue to use them. There's no effect as of now.
Dr. Siyanda, thank you so much for coming through. And I think everyone can collectively now exhale a little bit, a sigh of relief. Obviously, we need to be informed. Where can we find you? Where do you practice from?
All right, I'm practicing at St. Augustine's Hospital. I'm part of Durban Fertility Clinic, and our contact numbers is 031 268 5114. I'm available on TikTok as
yes. Noted. Okay, all right.
Yeah, trending. Yes, where can you find you on TikTok?
So I'm Dr. Siyanda Zulu _fertility.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us and having a discussion around such an important issue. And I think also, just to wrap it up, it's a reminder to each and every one of us to take care of our health, to do regular checkups, to pay close attention to the products and the packaging to find out what is in them. But also, when you find out a bit of information about something, I think because we live in a community, it's important to share to those who don't necessarily have access to the information. So if you know when the lady coming through to clean your posy, just as an example, may not know about these findings and the implications and the clarifications that Mr. Dr. Zulu has just given us, please, if you're listening to us right now, take a moment and just share that bit of information with them. It will give them a level of calm that you will not understand.
100%.
So please, let's share information that is important. Let's make that a culture.
Absolutely.
Stacey and J Sbu, KZN's #1 hit music station, East Coast Radio.